everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the start of yet another weekend vlog. Hi, hello! It is Friday, about 5 o'clock in the evening, and I've just gotten back from running around. This weekend, I have zero plans, other than tomorrow I do plan on doing a little bit of running around as well. I do have to do a couple returns. I gotta go and pick up some yarn for a baby blanket project that I'm doing for a coworker. I am gonna have to like run home to grab some stuff, but other than that, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing is going on. I'm just going to spend it reading because I have plans to finish 2 books this weekend. It was originally 3, but I already finished one today, so on top of my game. But I just wrapped up 7 Devils, and that was so good. Like, to the extent of good that I kind of want to get the book and put it on my shelves. Like, I liked it that much. And I want to get the sequel, and I want to read the sequel as well. Because it is a duology. I found out today, as I like logged it onto Goodreads, it's a duology, which is very exciting. I really enjoyed that one. It was so good. It found family, and like each of the characters felt very distinct, and I loved it so much. Like at the beginning I was wondering why we kind of jumped around a lot, because we jump around from a present day timeline with multiple characters to like the past timeline in a few of the characters' lives, so like we get their backstories really fleshed out, which is really interesting. And I didn't love it at the beginning, but by the end I was like, yeah, no, we needed that, because we needed to see exactly how like absolutely messed up these people were. We just needed to see like what their situations were before they got to this point and when they have to carry out this mission. Yeah, found family vibes are just impeccable, and I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the space vibes too. It was a good time. I also started A Master of Jin this week by P.J. Lee Clark, and I want to finish this up this weekend because I am really enjoying it. And I have the audiobook for it, and I want to finish Blood Scion because I have the audiobook for it now, and I'm currently on page 167, so I made a little bit of progress this week, but I would like to wrap that up as well, because that is a brutal YA fantasy. Once I have those wrapped, I have reading plans that I'm hoping I can put into motion. I have like I have a reading vlog planned, which is another my reading two's favorites. I'm going to be reading someone who I really like their favorite books. So I've collected a few now. I'm gonna start the video because a few of them are library books, so there's like a timeline on those, and I would like to get to that. But I have also other books that I would really like to read as well. I also got an order in today of 4 books from a discount site. I ended up getting the sequel to The Last Watch, which is The Exiled Feet by J.S. Dowes, and I'm very excited to continue with that series. It is going to be a series. I believe she's confirmed it on her Twitter. I also picked up one of my favorite books from 2020, I think, and that was A Light Between Worlds, because it was like $2, and I don't own this, and I really wanted to because it was one of my favorites. And then I picked up 2 that I have not read yet. Forestborn, which is something that I've seen just kind of cursory on the internet, and it looks really cool, and this cover is beautiful, and I figured why not. And then I also picked up Winter's Orbit, which is very exciting, and part of that TBR video, so I'm going to read that as well. I'm just collecting sci-fi and fantasy, which is a vibe. But yeah, other than that, what's going on this weekend? Specifically writing wise, I would like to continue my edit through of Project Dream, just the cursory one last kind of glance, making sure that I'm editing the words essentially. I've got it sitting there open to the spot where I last was. So I think tomorrow, once I'm done all my running around, I'm gonna come home and I might do a writing live stream. I really do. I want to, where I like actually work on like Project Dragon or Project Second Story. Anyways, friends, that's the plan. I'm gonna just kind of hang out. I've found a new podcast called Pod and Prejudice, and I have been consuming it at a alarming rate because it is so fun. If you guys like Jane Austen, listen to it. Please do, because their first season is essentially Molly and Becca. Becca has read some of Jane's work before multiple times, and Molly has never read any of it or consumed any Jane Austen literature before or content. And so they're starting with Pride and Prejudice and it's making me want to reread Pride and Prejudice for the umpteenth time. So I've been carrying around this book with me for a few days just as like a security blanket. That's what I'm going to be listening to tonight. I don't really know what's going on. I think I'm going to make something easy for dinner. Maybe just keep listening to this podcast. Maybe watch Pride and Prejudice in some capacity, because I have the BBC miniseries on my iPad. I might do that. Or I might watch Dimension 20. Who knows? But yeah, it's the start of another weekend. my guys. I will catch up with you a little later. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Saturday! Hi, it's like 5:20 in the evening. I've just wrapped a live stream on my channel. Please excuse the extreme mess over my desk. Nobody needs to see that. I just wrapped another live, which is awesome. I got so much done. I did work on the my writing submission for my friend's writing salon, because that due day is tomorrow. So worked on that, like edited it up and everything, which is awesome and exciting because I needed to do that. And I officially like put it in the Google Doc that I'm gonna, link to my friends so they can read it. I only really added about 300 words doing that edit and read through. But then I ended up fast drafting a little more after that, which was very fun. And I ended up adding in total 1,000 words to my draft during that stream, which is great. And I kind of have the feeling I want to work on it more, just a little bit to see where I get to. But other than that, I'm just gonna hang out here in this vicinity for the rest of the night, which is very exciting. Yesterday, I ended up watching the entirety of the BBC Pride and Prejudice miniseries, which was just the best way to spend my Friday night, I gotta say. But today, I ended up going to a bunch of places. I went to do my returns, which is very exciting, got those returned. And then I ended up going to Michael's and I got the yarn to do the baby blankets, which I'm going to start tonight because I want to do something with my hands, which is very exciting because I also got this to go with it, which is I'm so excited to see these blankets come together. I'm very excited to see how they work. It's just gonna be so good. But then I also went home, which was probably not a good idea because we also are having another blizzard. Because welcome to Canada, we have blizzards all the friggin' time. It's March and we have another blizzard, which it's not too bad in the city, it doesn't look too bad. But I used to live out of the city, right? My parents' house is out of the city, and like the further I went down the highway, I was like, this is probably a bad idea. It's really bad out right now. But I went there anyways and picked up the 2-3 things that they had for me. And then I turned around and came home. Like, it wasn't worth it, but I now have a bag of croissants for breakfast for tomorrow, which is amazing. I'm very excited. And cheese, which I did need because I ran out of my lactose-free cheese that they can only get at Costco. And then, because I was on that side of the city, I said to myself, I want to go to Indigo. So I did. And I went specifically because I really wanted this book that just released on Tuesday. And I've seen on social media, and the author is really fun and really cool. And that is One for All by Lily Lainoff. This is a gender-bent Three Musketeers retelling, and the main character has POTS. And it's like a own voices story, and I'm amped for it. And then because I was there and I saw this, and I was like, yeah, why not? So I got the Atlas 6 as well. I've heard very mixed reviews. But I'm wondering that since Orbit picked it up and Tor picked it up and like re-released it, I'm wondering if they did any edits to it. I'm wondering if they sent it through an editor, because I know it was self-published originally, but a lot of people were saying that like the pacing was weird in the self-published one, so maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. I'm excited either way, and it's absolutely stunning. This new cover that they've released for it, just beautiful. So I'm excited to add that to my collection. But yeah, I need to stop buying books. I'm gonna stop talking because I've been talking for a while. I'm gonna work a little more on my writing. Then I'm just gonna kind of hang out. I think I might wanna try and get a really good chunk done of a book today. So that's my plan. It's Saturday, so I'll catch up with you later. book was like the edge of a bloodied, burning blade whole way through. Oh my god, this was just exceptional and so brutal and so dark and just, oh my god, if you want to read this, be prepared, because this is a book about child soldiers. There is so many trigger warnings around that, and there's also a trigger warning for self-harm and death, obviously, gore, obviously, but just damn is all I can say. Holy bananas. Wow. All right. I'm going to have to let that sit and brew, and then I'm going to throw it through Cop Out tomorrow. But wow, that was an exceptional read. Holy shit. Okay. Well, it is now 10:30 at night, and I'm sitting here on my couch, and I started working on my coworker's baby blanket, numero uno out of 2, and I've realized that I'm not going to have enough wool of the wool that I have, because this is what I have left of the cake, and this needs to last me for the rest of this blanket. So it probably will, it'll do 1 blanket. I realized that it'll do 1 blanket. So I gotta go back to Michael's tomorrow and pick up another one of those. Blood Scion. God friggin' damn, that is brutal. Brutal. Like, it reminds me of, and I think it was aptly comped, actually. Hold on. Aptly comped, because the entire time I was like, this is like Children of Blood and Bone and An Ember in the Ashes, just amped up to about 1,000. Holy shit. There was one thing at the end that I was like, if this happens, I will physically throw the book across the room. It didn't happen, thank God. I was about to lose it if it did. But like, it would have been the last straw to truly break our main character. It came real close. We came real close. And oh my God. I was also wondering, like, the entire time, I'm like, is this gonna be a sequel? Or is this gonna be a series? Yeah, it's gonna be a series. It would have had to be in probably 100 pages more if it was a standalone, but I'm intrigued to see where this goes now. I'm going to be watching for, what's her name? Deborah Fleiss. That's not, I don't think that's how you pronounce her last name. I gotta look that up. I'm gonna be following Deborah's work from here on out. My God. I'm shook. I think now I might watch something or continue listening to a podcast or something, but I'm just gonna kind of hang out here for a while now and just kind of see what happens. And then tomorrow I'm gonna try and finish A Master of Gin by P. Djeli Clark, because that's the next book that I want to finish, and we're gonna go from there. Today I ended up writing about 1,300 words, which is great. Super proud of that. Super happy with that work. And then I'm going to hopefully try and keep up a little bit of a writing momentum tomorrow as well, because tomorrow's Sunday. Anyways, friends, I'll catch up with you later. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Sunday. I'm here sitting on my couch listening to A Master of Gin, which is very good so far. I've just been killing the game with the good books this weekend. Very much so. Like, started it with Seven Devils, finishing up Seven Devils on Friday, and then yesterday with Blood Scion, and today I'm really hoping to get through all of Master of Gin, because I'm currently on page 223, so I got under halfway to go. A couple hours left of the audiobook, that kind of a thing. But yeah, it's Sunday. I went out today to pick up another cake of yarn for the next baby blanket, because I finished the first one yesterday and added the border today. So baby blanket is rolled up, ready to go and done, and I'm very happy with it. That was one of the fastest projects I've ever done. I'm currently crocheting the next one, which is very fun. 2 baby blankets, 2 times the fun. My parents are gonna come over here for dinner tonight. I'm making a rice dish. They probably won't stay very late because I know they just got back from the cabin today, so they'll probably be here for a couple hours and then leave. Last night, after finishing up Blood Scion, I ended up putting on Sense and Sensibility, the movie, and then half watching that, half listening to Pod and Prejudice as I continued to crochet. I just wanted like the ambiance of a Jane Austen movie while I was listening to the podcast, which was prime. It was prime. But yeah, today, gonna finish up Master of Gin. And then I think after that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, Mom and Dad are gonna be here for a bit, but later tonight, I don't know what I'm gonna do. There are more books that I do want to read. I should probably get going on a couple of library books of mine before they, you know, run out. But I just have so many books that I want to read. I currently have them stacked on my piano. Not my library books, but like my immediate TBR books over there. Just cause my little Roku thing fell off my TV. So I was like, what can I put it on? And I've been putting it on top of my candle that I have up there, but I also light my candle a lot, so I have to take it off there, and then it's very hard to take and use the Roku remote. Anyways, there's so many books that I want to read, and I know I also have to read House of Leaves for book club because that's what my friend picked for book club. So I'm thinking of making that its own vlog, like just exclusively vlogging House of Leaves, because I know House of Leaves is just absolutely bonkers. So, but I also need to start the next Reading BookTube's favorites video, which I have the books piled there for. There's 5 of them. I might listen to the audiobook of either one of these library books. They're just kind of like palate cleansers. I got Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I feel like I pronounced that wrong, but my friend absolutely loved this, so that's why I got that. And it's little and it's like chill. And then I also have The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones, which I really want to read because it has disability rep, and it also is like one of Holly's from Holly Hart's books, one of her favorite YA books. Like, she gave this 5 stars, which is rare because she doesn't actually love a lot of YA. You guys should go follow her. She's awesome. She's also my friend. Oh, we became friends on the internet. I was so excited. But yeah, I was telling her about the books that I have to read, and I'm like, I also really want to read The Bone Houses, and she's just like, it was a 5-star for me, so read it. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm excited. So I got so many things that I want to read. Anyways, I'm gonna continue listening to A Master of Jen and crocheting until my parents get here. Then I'm gonna make dinner, and it's gonna be a good evening. Friends, it is now about 9 o'clock at night, and I finished A Master of Jen. It was very good. It was very good. I really liked this. Like, I don't know what it is about PJ Lee Clark, but everything that I've read by him has just blown me away. Like, he just has a knack for creating such lush worlds and characters and stuff, and I really enjoyed this. If you do want to read it, though, you do kind of have to read his novellas in this same world, which is fine because they're fantastic, but if you don't read them, you kind of miss a little bit of context as to Fatma's previous case that she did. She does mention it in this, so like it's not like dire that you have to read it, but it is like set before this. It does kind of set up a little bit of the relationship that Fatma has with these creatures in here called angels. So just warning you about that, but oh, this was so fun. This was so fun! I totally 100% guessed who was behind it, like really early on. Like, it was very obvious what like the red herring was gonna be. So that was a little disappointing, but I guess it was like all the evidence was well laid out and easy enough to guess through and parse through because there was a lot of evidence behind this, and it was very interesting to see how a world of CAIRO, just so entrenched in magic with jinn and ghouls and all sorts of things just there, living their lives, and then having this like big, obviously magical person who claims to be returned from the dead, who like, you know, wants to take over, you know, the classic takeover, but it starts with a murder, like a mass murder of all these people who are part of a cult, and then it goes from there. So it's like Fatma is brought in to investigate this mass murder because the murder is magical in nature. Like, you immediately know when you walk into the room, like all these people's bodies are burned, but there's no scorch marks anywhere else. So it's like, you know that they were all burned magically. So it's like, that's why she's brought in, because she's a special agent of like magical shit, which is awesome. She's so good. And I loved the characters in this. Siti and Hadia, both wonderful characters. So I really liked this. I really liked it, and I will have to throw it through Copo. But 3rd book of the weekend done. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could read more, or I could watch something on the television, since it is about 9. I'm not sure what I want to do. We'll see. Monday. Hi, hello. You know, I realize the more that I do these vlogs, the more that I wear the exact same thing every day, because I just exclusively, in the winter especially, live in sweaters, and I like rotate through favorite sweaters. So I swear it's Monday. I'm sitting here at my desk, dining room table, and I am working, eating breakfast and trying to get through the day because the time change kicked me in the teeth. I could not fall asleep last night, so I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep right now, which is not ideal, but you know, c'est la vie, right? Anyways, I started both the Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I'm about 50 pages into and I'm not really loving. It just isn't catching me right now. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try the Bone Houses, and I was like, oh my god, I love this. And because I couldn't sleep, I was like, we're just gonna finish this. So I finished this last night and it was so good. Holy shit. I gotta run it through Cop-Out before I end this vlog to let you know what I end up rating it, but it is so good. It is up there with my favorite YA fantasies. Like, and it reminds me of this it's got similar vibes to Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston, which that one feels a little bit more fairy tale. This one feels more like Russian folktale vibe, and this one's definitely more horror leaning than that one, even though that one also deals with like weird dead body creatures, which is odd that like they're very similar, which is interesting. This deals with like Victorian era zombies, which is so good, and it's just the softest, sweetest read. Our main character, Rin, is just absolutely badass. She's a gravedigger and she knows how to deal with these zombies that they call bone houses. She is just trying to protect her family at the beginning of this, and she just no qualms about it, will just take an axe to these bone houses without hesitation. And she just like apologizes for it as she's hacking them up, but she just doesn't hesitate. And I'm just like, girl's vicious. I love her. Her counterpart in this, Ellis, he is the sweetest bean. Oh, I love him so much. He is just, oh my god. He broke my heart over and over and over. Just how much I loved him. Oh my god. But yes, I really, really, really liked this. And I just loved the quest adventure side of it and how beautiful the descriptions were in here of the landscape that they're going through. 10 out of 10. Also, definitely gave me the creeps at one point. It was also like 1 a.m, so like valid. But yeah, Bone Houses. I really like this. So that marks my 4th book of the weekend finished, which is absolutely insanity. Anyways, I'm gonna go back and sit at my desk, finish my breakfast, and continue drinking my coffee. Hopefully it'll kick in, and I'll catch up with you guys a little later. Hello friends, it is a little bit later. I've just been, you know, tinkering around, doing a little bit of work, and I just heard a guy deliver a package. So I figured I'd grab it, but I also just did the math because I was just implementing the Bone Houses into Cop-Pile. Oh, this is from Amazon. This is not the package I thought I was gonna get today. Exciting! What was I saying? Implementing the Bone Houses into Cop-Pile. But I just did the math on how many pages I've read this weekend. I've read over 1,200 pages this weekend. Oh my god, is all I can say. 1,200 pages! Anyways, I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna see what it is. It's an exciting package! An exciting package. It's a D&D book. I'm very excited. It is Ghosts of the Saltmarsh, which I'm going to be running an adventure in this, maybe 2, for my friends, but like highly, you know, edited, but I'm excited to actually have this. Yes, 1,200 pages read this weekend. It was an extremely good reading weekend. I started it off with finishing up The Seven Devils by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May, which was very good. I ended up giving it 4 stars. Was awesome. Space adventure with found family. You can never go wrong with that. And then I ended up finishing on Saturday Blood Scion by Deborah Falayi. This one I ended up giving 4 stars as well, which I really enjoyed this, and It was super brutal. And I will be watching for the sequel when it eventually comes out, because this literally came out this past week, so I probably have a long time to wait. Then I finished up, dropping books everywhere, A Master of Gin by P. Jelly Clark, which I really liked as well. And I think it's between a 4 and a 4.5 for me. Copel says it's about a 4.5, which is interesting because I do have issues with it, but otherwise my enjoyment was so high that it was a good time. As I was editing my vlog today and seeing the clips that I was talking about this, I forgot to mention that the ending got kind of cheesy with the, you know, red herring and the kind of stuff. And there was a lot of moments where I was just like, yeah, this is cheesy. I also will say that I really like the way that it was kind of cyclical in nature, like the beginning mirrored the end. But yeah, I did enjoy this quite a bit. And then finally, I read the entirety of The Bone Houses, which I ended up giving 5 stars. It was so good, my guys. I can see this becoming a comfort read. That's how good this was. Like, it's just the idea of being in such a horror-filled world with these like bone houses, like these zombie people that keep coming up and like coming towards the town and like attacking and stuff, but then dealing with the 2 softest characters and just the nicest characters to deal with. Oh god, so good. So I'm gonna be trying to find a copy of The Bone Houses and getting my hands on it, because this is a library book, so this has got to go back. But oh, was it amazing. What a good solid reading weekend, my guys. Anyways, my friends, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.